What's up, folks? Welcome to the season review, roster update review of the Los Angeles Chargers. Not sure how many fans of the Chargers are still left, but we got to do every team. Uh, I'm definitely still kind of a fan of this team, to be honest. I think they just have so many exciting players that they just couldn't stay healthy this year. It's such a shame. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at the roster. Philip Rivers had to move way up. I think for those of you that watched the skills competition on, I think it was Friday for the Pro Bowl, pretty revealing to see still how much better Philip Rivers is throwing the football just from a pure talent standpoint compared to guys like Andy Dalton and Dak Prescott, who were Pro Bowlers. So Philip Rivers is still a great quarterback, still a top 10 quarterback. So I move him way up from an 81 to an 88. I thought they were way too low on Philip. And then I guess one last thing I'll say about Philip is his receivers keep getting hurt every year. And the year before this year, his offensive line was hurt. So he just needs his core to stay healthy. It's hard to play quarterback in this league if your team falls apart. So on to the Chargers, or the running backs for the Chargers. Melvin Gordon stays about the same. He kind of emerged after being a top pick the year before. I like a lot of things about his game. Danny Woodhead stays the same, but I made him faster. Not many people know that Danny Woodhead ran a 4.3 coming out of college. So I moved from 88 to 92 speed. And then the other guys here, Kenneth Farrell had to move up, and Hillman, McCluster, Andre Williams had to move these guys down. None of these guys really stepped up after Gordon got hurt. Derek Watt had moved up. He had a great year as a rookie at fullback. Onto the receivers, Keenan Allen stays the same rating. I changed the way he'll play. Tyrell Williams, all these guys at receiver, I moved down. Even though I am a huge fan of Tyrell Williams, I think 81 was a little high. Travis Benjamin was an 80. I moved him down. And then Stevie Johnson just can't stay healthy, so he goes way down. Onto the tight ends. Antonio Gates, I had to make him slower because he does look really slow out there, but he's still playing at a high level. Somehow it sounds like he's going to come back and try and get that touchdown record, which is unfortunate for Hunter Henry, who's another guy I really like. The offensive line, I had to improve most of these guys. I thought they finally stayed healthy together, and especially in the run game, we saw the difference. Orlando Franklin and Dunlap on the left side. Slauson was a big addition coming over from Chicago. And then Fluker and Barksdale. None of these guys are really studs, but they're at least getting some chemistry together, and it's a group that I could see really taking a big step forward next season. And then moving on to the defensive side of the ball, Joey Bosa, finally EA giving him the rating I think he deserves, 87 overall. I've been saying for about 10 weeks now, he's already, in his rookie year, one of the best pass rushers in the game. The main reason this team should be an attractive spot for fans in LA, because you get that number one pass rusher and you can build a defense around it, and they have a lot of other pieces too that we'll look at here. Corey Liuget is fine. Brandon Mebane, another guy, veteran, fine. I think the D-line's pretty solid. You could probably add another piece there. I actually really like Karan Reed, the things we saw from him. Just another young guy that had a terrible injury towards ACL not long after returning a fumble for a touchdown and having a sack. So we'll see who kind of emerges on the D-line next year with Joey Bosa. And then Kyle Emanuel, I've talked about him. I like him. Had to move him up. Just a kind of solid do-it-all. Instinctive linebacker. On the inside, I had to play around with these ratings a lot. I had a lot of disagreements here. Jatavis Brown was actually the highest rated of the bunch, even though he wasn't the starter going into the year. He filled in for these two guys getting injured. Had a good year for sure. Really good athlete. Good tackler. But I think Denzel Perriman's a stud. He's super young. He should be the number one guy here. And I think Te'o and Brown will compete. I think Te'o's still got some game. And Brown, we'll see. Not a ton of tape, but had a great year when he was out there, and we'll see who wins out that job. Definitely not a position that needs to be addressed, though. A lot of depth here. And then the other outside linebacker, I had to move Jeremiah Atuachu down a ton. He was pretty much irrelevant this year. A great athlete with almost no moves and instincts. And then Melvin Ingram, I like him, but I did move him down from an 87 to an 83. And then onto the corners, two studs with the signing of Casey Hayward. They'll get Jason Verrett back. So really, with these two corners and Joey Bosa, they will have a good defense next year if they can stay healthy. I can promise you that. And then move Brandon Flowers down, just not an 80 overall anymore. And then the safeties I moved down as well. These guys were both over 80, and I think they were a liability a lot of times for this defense. Jaleel Dye definitely able to make some big plays, but a guy that got beat deep often, and Dwight Lowery just kind of a solid, not great safety. So that concludes my look of the LA Chargers season grade. It's almost like an incomplete, but I'll just give them a C because they really hit on Joey Bosa, and they're going to get so many guys back. I mean, just look at this list. The top players on their team: Keenan Allen will be back, Jason Verrett will be back, Gordon will be back, Woodhead will be back, Perriman will be back. It's 6 of these top 10 players on their team were not healthy during the year. So San Diego going into next year, I think is going to. They're not San Diego anymore, though, are they? But the Chargers will be a much improved team next season, and I look forward to watching what they can turn into. So that's all I'm going to do for today. Thank you for watching these season reviews. Let me know what you guys think, players you agree with, disagree with, and if you like these videos, give me a like, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you for the next set of teams.